Hello everyone, welcome to the University Talk Show, and I'm delighted to introduce to you the first ever breakfast show. And lined up for you today is an important session where we discuss an important insight of the students' affairs such as mental health, and I hope you enjoy the show. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Like I said, today we are privileged to have the presence of our student counselor, Mr. Chisuro, and also Madam Waka, all the way from main campus. So these people play a major role in ensuring that the students' welfare are addressed. So today we dive deep into the challenges and also the solutions that they provide to ensure that the students have a better stay in universities. Mr. Chisuro, welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
Madam Waka, you're equally welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right. So I'll start with you, Mr. Chisuro, sir. What are some of the common challenges that students face, and how do you ensure that you support them?
Thank you so much. As you have heard, my name is Isaac Chisuro, a student counselor for School of Medicine and Health Sciences in Livingstone. The challenges which students face are quite many, but usually we are employed to handle issues of psychosocial aspect of students. So when you are talking about the psychosocial issues of students, we are talking about issues like emotional issues of social, issues of psychological, academic, the environment, that which affects students' performance, which will inhibit students to succeed in their academic works. So coming to your question that what really is the common challenges which we face, I handle in this office. From the time I came here, most of the issues which are handled are basically on educational issues, like you are about to write exams, this student is not well prepared, then there's issues of health, the student is not feeling too well. So basically, these are the areas in which we dive in as student counselors to help the students, and these are common issues which usually come to my office.
Thank you very much for that. Madam Waka, I think we have to come to you now. And yes, and for a student like me, this is the first time seeing you here in Livingstone. Yes, so I would love to welcome you again. Welcome to Livingstone. I'm sure you're enjoying our weather here.
I know Livingstone is hot, but today it's cool, so I'm enjoying the weather.
At least it's matching up with main campus to what you're used.
Yes. Thank you.
So, what is your main goal coming here to Livingstone for your 4-day visit here?
Okay, so I'll begin by introducing myself. My name is Mwaka Ziwa. I'm the female student counselor from Mulungushi University. Of course, as mentioned by the interviewer, I'm stationed at main campus. But in the next few months, you will be seeing me a lot here because I'll be handling issues even at this campus. Yes, so that's why you have seen me here to come and orient myself with the environment here and introduce myself to you all. Yes, and I must say this initiative is a very good one. It will help students out there to know of our presence, because I know there are some students who are not aware that there are counselors in our university, so we are available. So this 4-day visit to Livingstone, my main goal is to assess the needs of the students in this particular segment of the university, because I know people have different needs. So I'm here to assess the needs of these students. I'm here to create relationships with the students, in particular the females. The males, you have Mr. Chisuro. Yes, but of course even the males are welcome. But yes, so I'm here to create that relationship with them, to network even with the members of staff here so that they're able to assist with the problems that students are facing here. And one of the things that we plan to do in these 4 days is to visit the boarding houses. Yes, so that we can offer that support to students in a neutral environment to see exactly what they're going through in these boarding houses. and to also create mental health awareness to the students, and also to inform them of my availability as a female student counselor.
Thank you so much. I'm sure students will be helped.
Indeed.
Yes, and again, Mr. Chisoda, sir. Yeah, so students face so many challenges, and I want to confirm from you, what strategies do you use to promote students' well-being and mental health?
Okay, thank you so much. It's not an easy road, as we say, helping each other. It's not getting to the space of an individual who is not probably willing to come out to bring out their own issues. So strategies which are used mostly are the ones which would make this student feel comfortable, feel free, so that they are able to bring out their own issues. Because without making this student free, without making this student feel comfortable, this student may not open up. So some of the strategies which we have, it's simple. It's as good as somebody can just walk into this office and seek the counseling services, which are highly confidential. Everything which is discussed just remains within the confines of these four walls. We do not expect me or my colleague to share any information to any other person because it's confidential. So it's one of the strategies is to remain confidential to the issues which we are handling as students, to the students. Some other strategies, just having a mere sensitization, or just coming from a class where we were trying to tell them what services we offer. So we explained to them that if you have got a challenge, whatever, feel free, because there are those who could have not heard. Maybe there are still others who are still not very comfortable. So if we go out and talk to them, explain something to them, they get that confidence and trust. So they are able to come out and get their support. The other system which is in place is the peer educators system, because we cannot handle issues alone as counselors. So some students would feel still free to bring their issues to their fellow peers. So that is a system which is in place, that is a strategy, so that we can get as many students as possible who have got issues to come. By the way, we don't only handle issues which are negative, we also handle issues that are positive, because people always look at counseling or services as only things that are negative. So even when you have a positive thing, it also brings anxiety and emotional things, psychology come through, then we'll be able to discuss. So those are some of the strategies we have: the sensitization, we have the peer educators, the counseling, and sometimes we even invite people outside to come and talk to the students.
That's interesting. And speaking of confidentiality, some students are being skeptical about bringing issues to your attention. Maybe for the fear of for the fear of their confidentiality being bruised or something like that. So is there any assurance that you can give to the students?
Sure. It's normal every student or any human being to be uncomfortable in the first place, because I'm entrusting my life with you. But how sure am I that you, Mr. Shebele, definitely you are going to hold this information to yourself? So any other person, in the first place, they are quite skeptical about it. But it takes time. We talk to them, there's a rapport, we assure them. One thing which I can attest up to now is that once they come to us, we are professional people. No one expects us to bring out information concerning what we are discussing to another person. Issues which are discussed, as I mentioned, they are within the confines of this room. We don't expect to blow them outside this room. So they should be assured. They should have confidence in us that we cannot actually divulge any information. If at all I want to do so, I have to get permission from them.
Yeah. It's interesting. Yes, Madam Waka. Main campus has more students as compared to here, Livingston campus. And I'm sure there you have so many crises, so much crisis situations such as bullying and maybe students contemplating suicide. Yeah, so how do you handle such cases?
Okay, so I must mention that bullying causes a lot of stress. And concerning suicidal thoughts, there are so many things that can cause someone to want to end their life. But there's always that emotional support that we provide. We are here to listen. So, there's that saying that goes, a problem shared is a problem half solved. And another one, a friend in need is a friend indeed. So whenever there is a student who has got that problem, they're thinking, no, the world is heavy on me. I just want to end my life. As long as they've got that someone to listen to that problem that they have and to offer solutions. Okay, we sit down together and we come up with a plan on how to handle those situations. Then that person can actually manage to get out of that situation. And of course, also gaining support from others, such as friends and family, as well as the administration. So I must mention that even when we are talking about issues of confidentiality, when we come across cases of like that one, suicide, we'll always gain consent, of course. We'll ask the client if we can inform others, such as the family members. It's very important to engage family, because in case that student gets out of the university, who else are they going to talk to? So we should always have that. So we always come up with a crisis plan as well as a safety plan, and also we come up with stress management techniques to help that client. If it's the academics that are causing the client to want to end their life, how can they manage their time? How can they manage what study skills can they employ? All those, we come together and we come up with those solutions.
I have to confess, you people are doing a lot. Yes. And coming back to you, Mr. Chisolo, sir. A month ago, we had newly trained peer educators under UNESCO. Yes. Was this move done in order to reduce the workload that you have? Like, what was the motive behind this?
Okay, the move of training peer educators is to make services accessible and available at any time to the students, because the setup of this university or in another university, you are not always with the students, but the services have to be, an issue cannot wait. So they're coming up with the issue of peer educators being trained in this school is that the services have to be reached out. Yes, it's to reduce on the workload, but not necessarily reducing on the workload, but to take the services to the doorstep of these students so that they can be helped in any way possible. That's the main goal of having peer educators.
Has there been any improvement?
Well, improvements, yes, since they are just being trained. For now, most of the work which they're doing is sensitization. Remember, when something just come up which is new, it's not easy for people to accept it. So for now, we are trying to reach out. Recently, we had an activity where a sensitization was made by one of the peer educators. And I could see from the audience, the fellow students were very excited and elated about it. So I can see that there is something which is happening, which is positive.
That's interesting. That was a very good move, I can say. All right. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, and Madam Mwaka. Yes, I've heard that you'll be visiting various boarding houses, yes, in the evenings. And how do you think this approach will help students who might normally not reach out to the counselor?
Okay, so when we go out there to the boarding houses, it will help us to break that barrier. Sometimes people feel if I go to the counselor's office, then everyone will think I've got a huge problem. Maybe they will think I'm going through something. Maybe they will think I'm suicidal and things like that. But once we go out there, it's a neutral ground. It's a neutral ground, so it will help the students to come out better. It will help us to create a better student-counselor relationship, such that once we create that foundation, then they will be able to know that, this person is always available for me. I can actually walk into their office at any time. And it will also help us to understand the challenges that they're experiencing, even where they're coming from, where they're staying, because of course they spend time here, but they also spend the other time in those boarding houses. And then, of course, there is the weekend when most of them maybe just want to relax there. So it's important for us to also understand the communities in which they are coming from. That helps us as counselors to understand the challenges that a student may experience. You know, when you come to me and tell me there is a problem that's emanating from where I'm staying, and I'm not aware of where you're staying, I become blank. But if I'm aware, oh, she stays in that community and there is this and that going on in that community, it's very possible that I'll be able to help you better than when I don't know where you're coming from. So that's what we are trying to do with those visits.
That's a very... So you only be visiting female boarding houses or maybe also...
We will visit even the male boarding houses. We will be with Mr. Chisulo, so definitely we are visiting as many as we can. Of course, we cannot visit all of them, but we'll try to visit as many as we can in these 4 days, because 4 days is not a long time, and then we're doing it in the evening, so we wouldn't want to also inconvenience the students and get so much of their time, so we'll touch here and there where we can.
In addition to the same, visiting boarding houses is very good, because we also get information pertaining to the issues arising at the boarding house, even as a group. Mm-hmm. Yes, there's an individual issue, but also there's a group. What challenges are we facing at the boarding house? What can we do as a school? So that also will give an opportunity for us to learn what really goes on in boarding houses, what we can do as a school.
That's interesting. Thank you so much for joining our show. Thank you so much, Mr. Chisel. We are delighted that you managed to leave all your busy schedule and decided to be with us. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much. But one thing which I would like to mention is that let us be prudent people in the way we manage ourselves. As Marka said, the problem shared is a problem solved. It's very, very important. Everyone undergoes trouble, and there's no trouble which is unique just to a single person. Other people have already passed through the same issues. Some of the challenges which also students are passing, which they should avoid unnecessarily. Pressure is issues of financial stress, getting into unnecessary credits, so that also they can avoid, because by the end of the day they find themselves in a situation where they've paid the money for the boarding house and everything. But all the same, having also out that they are still free to come to the office of the counselor, to the peer educators, and just make mention to what they are passing through. Definitely our numbers, Mark and I are on 24 hours. We do not switch off our phones, so you can always reach us out. We'll definitely pick a call and answer.
Thank you so much for joining us. So to the viewers, I'm sure you've heard what they've said. Their offices are always open 24/7. So whenever you have any issues, mental health, academic life, anything, you can still come to their offices. Otherwise, thank you for joining us and have a good day.
Thank you.